Welcome back, everyone, to our playthrough of Career Mode here in NASCAR Heat 2. So in the last few videos, I wasn't very excited about how the Career Mode was going. We were getting wins, but they were way too easy, and the AI simply weren't fast enough to make it a challenge for us. So I started thinking. I took a couple of days since I recorded the last video and wanted to see if there was a good way for me to make the AI more difficult and make this a much more fun experience for you guys as well as me, because I don't want to play a game where I'm winning races that are 10 laps long and I'm winning by 10 seconds over the AI. I don't want to be running lap times that are a full second per lap faster than what my competition is running. That's just not fun for me. So I decided on two things as a way to try to handicap our car and keep us from going that much faster than the AI. Now, this is all just going to be a test because I'm not sure that this is going to have the desired effect. In fact, it may work too well to the point that we're slower than we want to be, and we don't even have chances for good finishes. So we'll see how this all goes, but I'm very excited to get started now because of this. The first thing we need to do is choose a contract. Now, if you remember from our previous videos, we had a whole bunch of offers for Hot Seat, and we completed all of those offers. So now we have 8 teams that are interested in sponsoring us in a full-time ride in the Truck Series. A few of these are 3-star truck teams, a few are 4-star, and a few are 5-star. Now, one of the things I had talked about in the last couple of videos is how much I was really excited about driving for Nemco or Joe Nemechek Motorsports. And after thinking more about it, I thought, I just really can't do that because that's a 5-star team, and I'm afraid that we're going to really run away with it and dominate just because of the AI not being up to par. So I decided the first thing we're going to do is we're going to choose a 4-star team. Now, I could have chosen to go with a 3-star team like you see on the screen, but I realized quickly that if we did that, then at all of the bigger tracks, we're simply not going to have enough horsepower to even compete. So our truck could be running great, but we're just simply not going to have the horsepower to compete. So the 3-star team was really out. So that left me with the 4-star team. So now the first thing we're going to do is we're going to choose the 4-star team that we want to compete with. All right, so now we get to our choices of Beaver Motorsports and Comp Motorsports. Beyond that, we get into Nemechek and so on with Brad K and Bush Motorsports and all that kind of thing. So we don't want to do that. So it's between Comp and Beaver Motorsports, and I'm going to choose Beaver Motorsports. And we won't go into too much detail about why, because it's really just a toss-up here. And the Comp Motorsports, I really don't like the look of that car as much, but I do like the look of the truck that I actually had my kids come in and they helped me to paint this truck. And the only explanation I really gave them was I just need something that looks like it blends in with the Nemechek Motorsports. And what we came out with, you can see the black truck, and it's got the accents of white and, of course, the bright green that I really love so much. And that doesn't, that kind of fits in with the 50 truck for Beaver Motorsports. So we're going to go with it. I really like the look of this truck. So that's who we're going to sign with. And that's our first handicap of the year, is signing with a 4-star team instead of a 5-star team. So let's go ahead and do that. And it lets us know that there's a stock car racing team that competes in the Truck Series and is owned by Mark Beaver. The team currently fields 1 truck, the 50 truck, for 4 different part-time drivers. Well, now they're going to have 2 trucks in the field. All right, so we've got that taken care of. So now let's talk a little bit about our second possible way of slowing our truck down and having to compete for victories in top 5s and top 10s. And that is the camber. What I'm going to do in the setup at each track is I'm going to start out by not using more than 5 degrees of camber. Okay, one of the things you can do in a truck is there are essentially 2 ways to slow it down. You can take away horsepower. We've done that by choosing a 5-star team over a 4-star team, even though for some reason, if you look on the screen, it says Beaver Motorsports is a 5-star team, even though that's not true. So that's a glitch there. So you can slow it down with horsepower and simply reduce the horsepower, or you can reduce the amount of grip it has. And by reducing the camber, we're going to do just that. We're going to reduce the amount of grip that our truck has in the corner. So we're going to be slower on the straightaways and slower in the corners as well than we could possibly be with a 5-star team and using a normal custom setup that I create and release here on the website for all of you guys. So we're going to have those two handicaps in place, and we're going to see how it goes. Now, this is nothing set in stone. We can change this at any time depending on the results, because that's what we're going to find out. We're here to have fun, and we're here to, and what I'm interested in is fighting for top 5s and top 10s with a chance for some wins every so often. But I don't want to come out and dominate. If we're doing that, then I'll change the restrictions to an even higher level, but I feel like this is going to get us where we need to be. All right, so we're ready to start our new season. We're going to press A to accept there. And now we've got a message from Brad Keselowski.
Congratulations on your full-time ride in the Camping World Truck Series. We're all ready to see what you can do.
All right, short and sweet, to the point. He's ready to see what we can do. And in fact, I'm very interested to see what we can do as well. So let's see, what is our next race? Of course, we know that we start at Daytona, but now we've got a message about incentive contracts. Now, we already know that the money in this game does really nothing. It's nice to look at and see that, yeah, we've earned a lot of money, but for now at least, it does nothing. My hope is that they have something planned, maybe for the future, maybe a DLC, maybe a something that will put this money to use, but as of now, it really doesn't matter. But let's see what they've got in store for us for incentive contracts. Your team will provide you with opportunities to earn more money through incentive contracts. If you successfully complete the requirements of the contract, you will receive a payout based on its difficulty. Okay, that makes sense. So the option or the example it gives us here is that, let's say we're in 12th place and the team says that, okay, if you'll finish in the top 10, we'll give you a better payout. Okay, that makes sense. So let's go ahead and get started. We're going to choose between easy, normal, and challenging. All right, let's see. Well, I want the challenging. Why not? Now, races to see how many top 5s can we get versus top 10s or top 15s. I'm not really interested in that. So let's just go with the challenging for top 5s and wins. Now, can we get those? I don't know. I kind of doubt it. I think we may have set this up to where we're not going to be able to quite reach that, but that's what we're here for. We're here to have fun and find out. So now we're ready for our first race at Daytona. I think we've got everything out of the way. So let's get started. All right, here we go. Truck racing from Daytona in our first full-time truck season. Now let's go ahead and move down to the bottom groove. So it's going to be interesting to see here. Since we're going to be down on power and likely down on grip in the corners as well, it's going to be interesting to see how we fare and how many, oh boy, they're slowing down ahead of us. It's going to be interesting to see how well we can do and how many spots we can make up. All right, now they're starting to pull ahead of us a little bit. All right, let's see if we can catch back up and maybe make some moves, make up some positions. I think we got a pretty good run coming through 3 and 4. All right, we're making up a little room on them. This is one of the trade-offs whenever we increase the difficulty for ourselves like this, is that we know that there are going to be some tracks that are going to be a struggle for us. Just like in real life, every team can't compete at every track, and they understand that. Only the top teams can compete at every track. So we're going to see what we can do here. See if we can continue making up spots. I like this run we've got. The problem we're going to have now is we don't have any drafting help. Now, particularly in front of us, you can see they pull back ahead of us on the straight. I'm going to try to, yeah, the truck is handling great. Pull back in, see if we can't get another good run here until we get to the corner. Ooh, and he shuts the door on us there. I don't want to push and shove on him too much. A little bumping, no problem. All right, he's opening the door for us on the bottom. Yeah, we just don't have the horsepower right now to do what we need to do. I'm going to keep trying though, because I'm too hard-headed. I don't want to play follow the leader. That's no fun to me at all. Oh, we've got a great run coming now. Great run. Oh, and it's going to be ruined, because then these trucks finally figured it out and pulled down to the bottom in front of us. All right, so we'll back up and we'll try this again. So we're up to 22nd position, which is pretty good. I wasn't sure how far we'd be able to make it, but so far so good. We're about halfway through the race, lap 4 of 7. We just need to try to hold our own on the straightaways as much as we can, because we seem to be doing really good in the corners. Yeah, we're definitely making up ground in the corners. All right, he's trying to pull down in front of us. We are not going to allow that. All right, we're in 20th as of now. Drag the brake a little bit. See if he's going to give us the bottom. He does. At least for now. Ooh, cuts right back down in front of us. Had to get on the brakes there to keep from hitting him. All right, if he pulls down to the bottom, yeah, like he did right there, I'm going to try to stay right in behind him. See if we can't keep up with him and make up some room. Okay, dragging the brake here. These things are pretty tight in here. All right, I was hoping some more trucks would drop down to the bottom with me. They did not. So that left us hanging. All right, 2 laps to go. We are up to 17th. And boy, we are really gaining on these guys in the corners. I'm having to spend a lot of time dragging the brake. All right, let's try to follow in along, get a little bit of a draft. And if we can just get up beside him as we enter the corner, we can go ahead and pass him through 3 and 4, but that is not going to be possible. All right, we should be coming to 1 to go, I believe, this time. We are up to the 15th place. All right, here we go. Now we got a little bit of momentum. Let's see if we can get up beside. Oh, that's our teammate. Oh, and he is not giving us room, so I'm going to have to back out of that. So we're up to 13th now, and we've got a shot at the top 10 here, I think. Now, if our teammate would pull down to the bottom, I would happily push him as much as possible, but that is not going to happen. All right, looks like we're going to be able to get up beside him. Yes, we made it. All right, here we go. Coming out of the final corners. All right, let's see. Can we get a top 10? No, we cannot. Oh, so close. All right, so we come home with a 13th place finish. And boy, that was definitely hard work to get that. You could definitely see the effect of being a 4-star team as opposed to a 5-star, as we just simply didn't have the horsepower to keep up with those guys on the straightaway. They kept pulling out ahead of us. If you've watched my Daytona setup video, then you've seen me easily win a truck race on maximum difficulty. So yeah, this was, I think, a success, because we were able to get up a lot of spots. Think about it. We started last, and we're able to get up all the way into the top 15. So that is a great finish for us. All right, our bank account definitely likes that, as we make about 130 grand on this race. Very nice. All right, so we'll come home 13th. And of course, for this being the first race of the year, that also means that we come home 13th in the points as well. Looks like there was a lot of lead changes at the front, as the most laps led were 2. So they definitely had some lead changes. All right, so that'll do it for our first event. Let's head back to the main screen. And oh, now we got a message from Ryan Blaney.
Congrats on your first truck race. I'm looking forward to seeing what you can do this season.
Okay, another short and sweet message. I like that. All right, so we're ready to move on. Now we're ready for the second race of the season, which will be at Atlanta. So without further ado, let's head to the track. All right, folks, we are underway in race number 2 of the season at Atlanta, and one that I am very excited about because this will give us a really good indication of how our difficulty adjustments are going to play out. All right, so the beginning of the race, they always pull out a little bit. The real question will be, what happens when we get to turn 3? And there they go. All slowing down, but you would expect that from the back of the field. We'll have to see how it goes if we can work our way up through here. Trying to give them as much room as I possibly can. Truck is handling great. We're simply scrubbing off more speed now on the corners, and of course we're down horsepower, so it makes our straightaway speed lower. So those two things together, I'm hoping will even out things a lot more with the AI. So far we are running through these guys. We're up to the 20th place truck in front of us now. Now remember, we're still using short races. I definitely plan on doing longer races as time goes on, but for now, particularly while we are testing these difficulty options, I want to stay with some shorter races, at least for the first part of the season. Then we'll see how things go from there. All right, so here we are on lap 3, and we are up. We can see the top 15 now. And they are too wide all over the place in front of us here. So this is going to be interesting to see how this goes. Yeah, with them being too wide in front of us, I'm not particularly thrilled. Oh boy, let me get completely out of the gas here. It'd be nice to be able to get by all of this mess. This is a nice sized little pack here. Trying to give them as much room as I possibly can. All right, have we finally reached the point where they're driving the same speed as we are? It looks like we might have. I'm going to stick out here and see if we can continue making up maybe a few more spots. Oh, there we go. We got a good run through there. But once again, they come right back on us in the straightaway. So we're definitely faster than these guys in the corners, which is making up for some of the issues we're having on the straights. All right, if they would get single file, that would help out quite a bit, as we are running out of laps. All right, a good run through 3 and 4. All right, very nice. I like this a lot. Clean track ahead of us. I see the 10th place truck. All right, we're working on the 52 truck. All right, now we can get down to the bottom. Bumps are not an issue. All right, so we are coming to 2 to go, I believe, and we are in 11th. So far, this is turning out to be a lot like Daytona. where we made our way up to where we could see the top 10, but just missed out at the end of the race. We're definitely gaining on these guys in front of us, that's for sure. So when we get down to the bottom, yeah, I'm gonna have to slide up a little bit, because we are definitely beating them through the corners. All right, let's see what we can do. Can we get our first top 10 of the season? I am going to actually dip down to the bottom here and see if we can't use the bottom to our advantage and make up like this. Ooh, a little loose there. I'm gonna try to pin him down coming off the corner. All right, so we couldn't quite get the 32 truck, but we did come away with our first top 10. Now that's more like it. I don't really care about the speed rating. That's not important. Wow. Okay, now that was pretty good. It would be nice if we could start farther up in the field, but the way the qualifying is for the AI, that's going to be hit or miss, and mostly miss, I believe. But we'll see how it goes. I am very pleased there. We came home 10th, and that is pretty much what I was shooting for. So far, so good on the additional difficulty. We'll take our 10th place finish. Let's see what that does for us in the points. All right, first we have to get paid. All right, not bad at all. Definitely not as much as Daytona overall, but we'll take it. And now point standings, this will put us in 11th. Okay, so far so good. I would call that a successful first couple of races of the season for sure. All right, let's go ahead and finish the event, head back to the main screen, and see what's next for us. All right, so Christopher Bell has a message for us. It says, I don't know how you normally race, but you were super clean in that last one. Keep it up. All right, so I believe that's a nod to a couple of aspects of the game that have been added. One is the rivalry system, the super clean, leading us to believe that we didn't make our way toward ruining any relationships with other drivers and creating a rival, but also a nod toward the momentum system. We know that the developers have mentioned that if you run clean and can get some good finishes, then your team can build some momentum, which will increase the speed of your car or truck. So it'll be interesting to see how that plays out. I'm not even sure where, if we had momentum, where it would show up on the screen. So that should be an interesting one. All right, and now, oh, wow, we've got a hot seat offer. All right, so obviously this is going to be from an Xfinity team now. And let's see, we could use your help driving the number 40 car at Phoenix this Saturday. Get a top 25 finish, and we might consider working with you in the future. All right, so our first hot seat offer will be at Phoenix, and I don't believe the trucks are actually racing that weekend at Phoenix, so it looks like we're going to have our first opportunity in an Xfinity car, but that'll be for next video, as that's going to do it now. We've run out of time. Thank you very much for joining me. Hopefully you're enjoying the new increased difficulty. Let me know how you feel about it in the comments, and stay tuned for more of our playthrough of career mode here in NASCAR Heat 2.